Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a horror mystery film, The Night Shifter. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a fresh corpse being wheeled into the morgue late at night. The man was stabbed multiple times over an argument about soccer. Stenio is the assistant coroner working at the morgue, and he received the body. Stenio has a secret. He has the ability to converse with the dead. Soon enough, after the paramedics leave, he starts talking with the dead man. At first, the dead man is in denial about his death. Then when he accepted it, he begs Stenio to contact his family so he would be properly buried instead of just being dumped in a potter's field. Stenio does as he is told. He usually does not answer the dead's requests, but he'll make an exception this time. Stenio comes home weary after his long shift. It's already morning when he walks through the door and greets his young daughter sitting on the couch. He's barely propped his feet up on the sofa when his irate wife steps into the living room and starts berating him for not disciplining their children enough. His son had been found selling sharp razor lines to the other children in the neighborhood, and his wife is not happy about it. Stenio is so tired that he just lets his wife finish her rant. Later that night, he goes to work again. This time, the corpse he's examining is a dead gang member. Based on the thug's tattoos, Stenio surmises that he also was in jail in the past. The thug recounts that a traitor in his gang betrayed him, causing his death. He asks Stenio to tell his fellow gang members about the betrayal, but Stenio refuses. The thug is resigned about the fact that he will be going to hell soon because he and his brother killed their abusive father. Stenio silently covers the thug's body with a white cloth after his confession. When he comes home the next morning, he sees that workers are unloading a new sofa his wife bought. He gets angry at her for splurging on a sofa that they can't afford. The wife shoots back that she's so tired of him and his corpse stick messing up her house. Stenio's next corpse is an old friend of his. He was killed because of his numerous love affairs. The friend reveals that Stenio's wife has been cheating on him with a baker. This is why she has the money to buy the sofa and other luxuries. In shock, Stenio walks out in disbelief. That night, Stenio hides in the darkness. He waits until he sees his wife come out of their house and kiss her hormone lover before driving away with him. The next morning, he pretends as if nothing happened. He watches on the TV as a reporter recounts the deadly gang shooting that happened between the thug's gang and their rivals. Stenio suddenly remembers that the thug had told him someone betrayed him. So he goes to the thug's gang to relay the information. He sees the traitor there himself, but instead of providing the name of the gang member that the thug told him, Stenio gives the baker's name to the thug's brother, who is the gang leader. Stenio did this intentionally, so he can have his revenge on the baker, who's stealing hormones from his wife. The leader believes him and quickly orders his soldiers to take care of the baker. A new corpse tells Stenio that because he divulged the dead man's secret that night, he is now marked. After a tryst that night, the baker drops off Stenio's wife at their house. Before she leaves, the baker breaks things off with the wife because he's sensing that Stenio knows about their affair. The wife begs him not to leave her. She even offers to leave her family behind for him. Suddenly, the gang members arrive. The leader points a gun at the couple and demands that the baker exit his car. He then pulls out a knife and slits the baker's throat. The wife hysterically cries and promises that she will tell the police about the leader. The traitor then kills Stenio's wife by shooting her in the head, ending her cheating life. While walking home the next morning, Stenio sees both the corpses of his wife and the baker splayed out on the street. His wife's corpse begs him not to let their son see her that way. Later that night, Stenio talks to his wife's corpse. He reveals his ability to her. He also triumphantly told her that he was the one responsible for the baker's death. However, he does regret that his wife also died because of him. The wife spitefully tells him that their children will never forgive him. The next day, Stenio discovers that his son had been picked up by the police for stealing things from the supermarket. While alone in their house, Stenio's son and daughter hear some strange noises. Doors start slamming shut, and the children run away, screaming in panic. Meanwhile, Stenio and his boss are called to a crime scene in the woods. 2 gang members are dead, and the bites on their bodies look like animal bites. One of the dead members speaks to Stenio, telling him that this is his fault for fooling the gang into killing innocent people. He implies that Stenio's wife is back from the dead, and she's the one who killed the 2 members. The boss finds a piece of paper with Stenio's children's names written on it. Stenio rushes home, thinking that something happened to his children. But he just sees the baker's daughter, Laura, who took care of the kids because Stenio was still at work. Later on, Stenio loses consciousness. He wakes up trapped inside one of the body lockers in the morgue. He hurriedly crawls out of the locker and drops onto the floor. His wife's wedding ring was left there for him. This is supposedly impossible because Stanio had buried his wife with her wedding ring. Stanio becomes sick. Lara steps up to take care of him. She shares that she knew his wife and her father were having an affair because she smelled Stanio's morgue smell on him. She also shares that after her father's death, she recently discovered her father was deep in debt. Now she has lost the bakery and she needs to find a job. Out of guilt, Stanio offers to pay her to babysit his kids. One night, Lara sees the daughter repeatedly banging her head against the wall while holding a red lipstick. She takes the child and tucks her into her bed. Later on, she discovers that someone had written expletives and lipstick on the ceiling. A judge's dead body arrives at the morgue. Later on, they find him with his spine ripped off and lying on the morgue table. Both Stanio and his boss are puzzled. The boss blames him because the corpse has been his responsibility. Lara shows Stanio the marks on the ceiling. He thinks that they were done by Lara, but she denies his accusation. To confirm his suspicions, Stanio goes to the Undertaker, who buried his wife. The Undertaker insists that his wife's body is still buried there. But Stanio wants to check, so the Undertaker allows him to dig up her body in the middle of the night. He digs through the dirt until he reaches her coffin. He pleads with his wife not to involve their children in her vendetta. When he peels back her shroud and sees not his wife's body, but a vision of Lara's corpse. A hidden figure behind Stanio hits him in the head with a shovel, causing him to lose consciousness. Later, he wakes up and crawls out of the grave. He loses consciousness again. The Undertaker finds him. When he wakes up again, he is in the hospital. He returns home after being escorted by a police car. His son is mad at him because he keeps preaching about not being a delinquent, and now here he is being questioned by police. Stanio wants to be there for his kids, so he decides to throw a birthday party for his son. Never mind that the son's actual birthday is months away. The weekend comes, and their friends and family attend the son's birthday party held at their house. Stanio gets his son an extravagant gift that he happily unwraps in front of the guests. But when the son opens the gift box, the judge's missing spine is inside. The son runs away upset. Stanio becomes more and more disturbed by the strange things happening to him. One night, he hears the sound of crashing glass from the kitchen. He goes there to investigate, but it's empty. He hears a figure walking behind him, and he chases it. When he heads to the living room, he discovers that the son's razor lines have been set up all around the room and are cutting him. On the opposite side is the apparition of his dead wife, entering the kid's bedroom. He tears through the razor lines and rushes into the bedroom, where he sees that his children are dead. But it's all an apparition. His kids are fine, although they are scared of his erratic behavior. The razor lines have also disappeared from the room. Stanio confesses to Lara that his wife is the one responsible for the bizarre things happening. But Lara doesn't believe him and just thinks that Stanio is unstable. One night, while in the morgue, he sees his wife's decapitated head inside the jar. He asks her what she wants in order for her to leave them alone. She demands that Stanio kill Lara, or else the wife will kill the children. Stanio heads home and talks to Lara. She wants to help him get the psychological counseling he needs, but he refuses her help. He tells her to take his kids and get away from his house because he will deal with his problem alone. Lara obeys and takes his children to her house in the meantime. That night, the wife lures the children to the kitchen. The daughter goes to the oven and opens it. The wife yanks her inside and turns on the heat. Fortunately, Lara and the son are woken up by the daughter's screams, and they are able to help her. They have no choice but to return to Stanio's house. Lara gets a call from the hospital telling her that her sick mother is dead. Stanio accompanies Lara to the hospital so she can say goodbye to her mother. While sitting in the room, Stanio talks to the mother's corpse. She tells him to stay away from Lara because he is a cursed man. She also advises him to destroy all of his wife's belongings so she wouldn't have a foothold in this world anymore. Stanio hurries home and gathers his wife's clothes and other things. He takes her belongings to the backyard and douses them with gasoline. He then lights them on fire. She hears his wife scream because her spirit is being purged from the world. Stanio heads back inside, thinking that his ordeal is done. Lara cleans up the mess in the living room. Among Stanio's daughter's broken toys, she finds another one of the wife's rings that the daughter had previously found in the garden. This means that not all of the wife's belongings have been destroyed. Stanio returns home after another shift and finds that Lara is gone. He reports her disappearance to the police, but they can't start searching for her until she has been missing for 24 hours already. But it's too late. Stanio's boss knocks on his door and personally escorts Stanio to the morgue. There lying on the slab is Lara's cold dead body. The wife had killed her because Stanio refused to comply with her demand. Stanio tries to talk to Lara's corpse. She is disoriented and asks where she is. It turns out the boss can see her too, which means that Laura is actually alive. She has a nervous breakdown because of the shock. The doctors realize that Laura had a cardiac arrest earlier, and they mistakenly thought she was dead, but she is actually still alive. Stenio takes the catatonic Laura home and takes care of her. When he returns home from work, Laura is waiting for him, wearing a skimpy nightgown. She seduces Stenio, but when she gets him on his back, she pulls out a knife. It turns out, when Laura touched the wife's ring, it gave the wife's spirit the ability to possess Lara's body. So the wife is now controlling her body to exact her revenge on her husband. The wife tells Stenio that she will kill everyone in the house. The children wake up and fight off their demonic mother. The son uses the knife to skewer the wife's hand into the door jamb. The three of them then run to the front door, but it's locked. The wife finds them hiding in one of the rooms. With supernatural strength, she attempts to stab Stenio. He sees the ring that his wife is wearing and comes to the conclusion that it is the one remaining thing belonging to his wife. So he prides the ring from the wife's hand, and Laura returns to her body. She is scared because she suddenly has injuries in her body. She thinks that Stenio has hurt her. Stenio suddenly confesses that it was his fault that the wife and the baker died. His confession makes it known to his children that he became an immoral man because of his jealousy over his wife's affair. He is now as empty as the corpses he used to talk to. Since he has done too many wrongdoings, Stenio decides to sacrifice himself so he can save his kids and finally end his wife's reign of terror. He puts on her ring and traps the wife's spirit in his body, binding them to each other. To ensure that his wife won't escape and hurt the children, Stenio leaves his family behind. The movie ends as he walks through the dark streets of Brazil with the spirits of the people he wronged following him. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.